All right, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, 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 Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is all praise to the Heavenly Father in the name of His Son, in the last one Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who continue to rule well. Honors and salutations to all you Akim, the bishops, the camp heads, all the brothers that's in the faith, that's of the true body of Yahweh Shai. All right, that's in its truth and sincerity. And this lesson we're gonna call it the shutdown of America. All right, the shutdown of America, and pretty much that's pursuant to the prophecy. Okay, we're in the last days, as we always been prophesying for the longest, telling you of these things that were gonna happen, and now they're taking place. So now it's not even really that we're telling you what's gonna happen; it's happening. You know, just like the Mosai said, and pretty much a lot of people, are messed up, and people are going to be really fucked up as things go on, man, because this devil, Revelations, the 12th chapter, tell you he's going to come down like a roaring lion. The Mosai is not playing. It's a lot more people just going to be put to death. People are going to be dropped. You know, they got that documentary, Dead Suddenly or whatever. Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be giving up the spirit, man. All right? A lot of people are going to be dropping dead. There's one, we was at a spot getting something to eat the other day. Apostle Rama spoke on it on his live the other day. And it was a Moab motherfucker. We look at sitting there, you know, we vexed and shit, like, what the fuck? You know, he wasn't, you know, he was away, he was far away. He's like by the bar side of the place. And the motherfucker basically just dropped, you know, boom, fucked up. He might have died, went back, you know. But that's what's going to happen. And the thing is, the spirit was on Apostle Ricard earlier. Say, hey, the Most High going to deal with you fucking moles. You know, your motherfuckers think this shit is cute. And he kept saying it. And then within that hour, a fucking mole just dropped right by, you know, not exactly where it was at. But right by, you know, I think he busted his head. He was all fucked. The ambulance had it came. He might not have made it. But the point of the matter is, that's going to be happening more because that's the time we in. And one of the main things that's really going to hurt people because, you know, the Mosai said, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. The book of Psalms 110 and 3, right? And this is a verse that, matter of fact, I'll start at the first verse, but we love this. I love this because this lets you know, because a lot of people these people are still in their pride, man. That's why the Lord said, don't be fucking worried about when these people die and all this and that. See, Jake is not in the right mindset because they got that bullshit cosmic slop, that whack-ass Christianity. The Most High ain't set you up to be into no Christianity, man. You going off, man. You know, then you got simple niggas still into Islam. The Most High didn't give us Islam, man. That's why you going off and y'all don't know what's going on, man. Okay? Then you got niggas, dumbass niggas still trying to keep that go back to Africa spirit, that Pan-Africanism. The Most High ain't tell you to be no goddamn Pan-African, man. Okay? Hell, the people from Africa don't call themselves Africans, man. Okay, and to get deep into it, because, yeah, our people are, we migrated in Africa and everything, but Jerusalem's the homeland, man. We're the real Israelites, man. See, these are the things that Jake don't want to acknowledge, and the Lord is going to force him to acknowledge it, man. They're going to be a force. Just like they sat there, the hell with you Israelites. All right, cool. We out here for their benefit. Little do they know. But we know that 2/3 of our people are going to die, man. You see? And Jake ain't going to really get in gear because they so in love with their master, Esau, the so-called white man. They're not paying attention to what's happening, man. The Most High is breaking America down in many pieces. The only thing Jake is just thinking about is how they could benefit, you know? Well, pretty soon ain't nobody going to be able to benefit because everything's going to be slowed the fuck down to a halt, to the point where then the destructions is going to wipe everything away. But anyway, this is Psalms 110. I start the first verse. It said, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. And a lot of idiots in the church will read or quote this and don't understand. This is prophecy, man. All right? And this hasn't fully been fulfilled because why? This devil is still in power, man. And that's why Yahweh Shai went back to the Father. To the prince of this world coming from have nothing in me. Because this ain't the time of the kingdom of heaven. A lot of Jake, that's what's wrong. You go into these stupid, silly ass churches, Baptists, Methodists, all of them, and all these religious sects out here. The Lord is not dealing with none of them. We've been telling you this for the longest, but yet you still got a lot of you niggas out there that's playing around, man. And don't say you ain't playing around, because you playing games, man. A lot of y'all going back, doubling down on Christianity. The Most High ain't never set that up, man. All right? That was a slave religion, man. Okay? That the devil gave you, the oppressor gave you, man. They never gave you the truth of this Bible. All right? The Lord set up the prophets, man, the holy prophets, man. And right now, you see we have the apostles, right? And the rest of the men, the brothers that's in Great Millstone, GMS as they call us or whatever, right? And you see us teaching the Bible the right way, going through scriptures that you never even knew was in the Bible, because why? This truth was hidden. It tell you that in the book of Colossians. The Lord hid this truth, man. So the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. And now who is King David speaking? Because everybody know they called King David. He's a psalmist and everything. So what did he mean that the Lord, right, said unto my Lord? Dig it, because remember, this was written before Yahweh Shai came on the earth. So King David knew in the spirit that Yahweh Shai was the son of the Most High. All right, that's why he set up King Solomon. He knew King Solomon was the anointed of the Most High. Okay, and so when it said the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool, meaning the Lord is coming back. Yahweh Shai is coming back, and Yahweh Shai is going to be the Lord right underneath the Most High. All right, even though King David is going to be the king. You see, so that's that divine order. But it says, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. It said, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. See? And the Lord is coming back. He said in Revelations 1:7. It said, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Yeah, which is what? Esau and these other nations. That's why when you go to Revelations, the 19th chapter, right? Go straight to the point. I mean, the whole chapter is good. But I want a certain part. Many crowns upon his head. Just bear with me. Just bear with me real quick. Crowns. Okay, the 12 verses in the 12 verse. All right. Right, so I'll start at 9. All right, Revelations 19:9. And he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And that's what this is. The marriage supper is this knowledge, this truth. This is what we feast on. This is what we're eating. That's why Yahweh Shai said he was the bread of life. All right. He said he was that water that you're never going to be thirsty if you drink of it. That's this truth. So this is which prepared for us, this truth, right, for us to eat. So it said, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. It's not talking about an actual lamb dinner. Okay. It said, and he said unto me, these are the true sayings of the Most High. And I fell at his feet, meaning the angel, John the Revelator fell at the feet of the angel to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. See, this is all prophecy. The Lord is shutting down Babylon, shutting down America, which is modern day Egypt. The Most High is shutting shit down, man. And the angels, it's said itself. So the angels are fellow servants just like us, you see. So you ain't supposed to be bound down to no angels and nothing. You say, you worship the Most High, all right, and his son, okay? It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful. That's speaking about our Lord Yahweh Shai, man, all right, which a lot of you people are going to be in for a big surprise, man. A lot of you have a problem with the son of the Most High. You got a lot of Old Testament Hebrews. Oh, the Messiah ain't come. Well, okay, well, look, you're going to find out, man. about the Messiah, man, and you're going to regret and be ashamed that you didn't believe in him. All right? Because judgment's going to come upon all of those. You can't go through the Most High. You can't get to the kingdom of heaven saved through the Son of the Most High. And you guys that's in Islam, man, you might as well forget about it, man. Keep waiting for Muhammad to come out of Pegasus and swoop you up and bring you to a bunch of little fucking young little boys to serve you. You know? Because the Lord ain't dealing with these dudes in Islam, man. And they got everybody got certain information, but if the Lord ain't dealing with you, it don't mean nothing, man. You could be right on, not to say that they're not that right neither in these different groups, but per se, if you ain't, say if they right on 90% of what they're saying, but they're off on 10%, well, guess what? It's not the truth. They don't have the truth. You got to have 100% truth, man. All right? You got to have 100% truth. That's, matter of fact, here in 1 John 2, and I'll start at 20. It says, but ye have an unction from the Holy One, which is a spiritual calling, and you know all things. See? So we know all things, man. We understand these prophecies. That's why we're able to boldly speak. And for the longest, so you got a lot of Johnny come latelys and people trying to, but they don't understand because the spirit ain't really dealing with them. They just like mocking, and some people ain't got no choice because you see what's happening. So you know something's going down. Something is different. All right. But we actually know all things. We know what's about to happen, man. And that's why we praying to the Most High to hasten the time, to bring it on, man. All right. Fuck this place, man. We understand. It says, I have not written unto you because you know not the truth, but because you know it, and that no lie is of the truth. You see? So you can't say someone, well, they got some truth. That don't mean nothing, man. Because if you got a lie in it, like all of these religions do, they pushing that Caesar Borgia, that white fake image of the Lord. They pushing falsehoods. They pushing that, the Lord came for all people. That's not true. The Lord only came for the Israelites, man. All right? That never changed. What changed is they didn't tell you who the real Israelites were. Because we're the real Israelites, man. We're not no Christians, no Africans, no, all these different terms, Nigerians, niggas, Muslims. We're not none of that, man. You see? So again, if you ain't got the 100% truth, then you ain't got the truth. You see? Who is a liar but he that denieth that Yahweh Shai is the anointed? He is an anti-anointed that denieth the Father and the Son. See? You got to acknowledge. You can't just, I believe in the Most High. You got some people, they try to, which Yahweh is not even the name. That's not the name. The true name is Yahweh. All right? That's the true name that he gave Moses to tell Israel. All right? But you got people that, I go to the Most High, the Most High. If you don't include the Son, then you ain't going to the Most High. You only deceiving yourself. And a lot of these guys are deceiving themselves. And we're at the point where everything is being exposed. All right? So now, going back to Revelations 19, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and ain't no Pegasus, man. Okay? It said, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. That's meaning Yahweh Shai. And that's represent the chariot. The white horse represents the chariot. Because when you read in the prophecies and Wisdom of Solomon, the 13th chapter, Revelations 1, various parts of the scriptures, Isaiah, it tells you how the Lord is coming back with those chariots. He's going to have the biggest chariot, man. And it said that he was called faithful because of what? What he did, man. He basically laid his life on the line, not being guilty of any sin as Yahweh Shai when he came, but he still laid his life on the line to be slaughtered so that we will be able to be adopted and brought back to the Most High, to the Heavenly Father, because the Heavenly Father put us away. So that's why he was called faithful, because he was the only man to ever walk this earth and never sinned, never broke no laws. And he suffered the worst fate, you see? And that was all part of the sacrifice, though. All right? And that was a heavy spiritual thing that's gonna last for eternity. That's gonna always be made mention of, man. It says, in truth and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So wait a minute, the Most High makes war. All right? And he set his son up in righteousness. It said his eyes were as a flame of fire. Right? Everybody knows about this, which goes back to the first chapter, around the 14th verse. His eyes were as a flame of fire, which really mean like the whites of his eyes. Not that it's just that he's shooting fire out of his eyes. Not to say that, because when you read in the prophecy in Genesis the 49th chapter, it said his eyes will be red with wine, right? But it said, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And now a lot of people will sit there, and read that and say, see, well, we don't know the name. That's bullshit, because the scriptures say that he that calleth upon the name of the Lord, right? I will return to you in Zephaniah the 3rd chapter, right? So that I will return to you. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick to get the full quote. All right. 3 and 9. I just want to quote it the right way. So, for then will I turn to the people of pure language. See, the pure language is what? The Lashon Kodash, that's how you pronounce it, which means the holy tongue. All right. Lashon tongue, Kodash, holy. So, for then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. You see? So that's speaking about the Lord giving us his name. All right. So that we do have the name. So now going back, because when you Romans the 10th chapter, right, it speaks about calling upon a name. You see? So now when it said he had, where was that? He had a name that no man knew but he himself, because why? His true name of Yahushua, right, has been hid. All right, people, they call him Jesus Christ. That's not his name, you see? So that's why I said no man knew but he himself. And then he gave the name actually to what? His servants. All right? And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High, which when it said his name, meaning, your name going back to the Hebrew, Shem, that's one of his titles. Like we just read about, faithful, true, right? And then it says his name is called the Word of the Most High, because why? He told you the book, he come in the volume of the book, it is written of him, all right? From Genesis to Revelations. So that's why he's also known as the Word of the Most High. Then when you go into John, the 1st chapter, it breaks down how the Word was made flesh, okay? But that's not his actual name, all right? The name goes back into Yahushua, the name that the Lord gave him. All right. Which Yahushua has many titles, but is one name. Just like the Most High. The Most High has many titles, man. One time they were calling the Most High Baal al-Shadia, which means terrible demon-like power, for how he served those Egyptians, man. You see, everybody was scared, because that echoed through the whole earth. All right. And this destruction / salvation is going to trump that of what happened back in Egypt, man. You see? But anyway, we kind of went into something a little different, but there's a lot of things that's happening that's bringing the collapse of this world, going back into the shutting down of America, man. The Most High, because that's his purpose, man. All right? The Lord is purposed it, man. And yeah, they got the thing they talking about, Generation X that's heavy, right? The news just flashed that Generation X out of work. And there's a lot more people that's going to be out of work, man. Because why? America is shutting down. All right. So now I'm going to read into Isaiah the 19th chapter. It says the burden of Egypt, right? Which Egypt, if you know anything, America is known as spiritual Egypt. All right. I'm not going to go to that right now. That's in Revelations. But, and really at this point, these spiritual epistles are for those who are in the know. See, we're not at the entry level of this truth, of breaking everything down. So a lot of times you see the videos with the apostles and elders and the men, the real teachers, is the sincere brothers that's really teaching the truth. A lot of times they just, just going through it. They're not slowing down, breaking down every little single thing, precept and everything up, because really we're speaking to those that are of the elect, And if you've been paying attention, although the Spirit still will have us going to basics and everything, but, sometimes you gotta snap to it, man, and do your studying, do your praying and your studying. All right. But anyway, it says the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And we was reading some of that in Revelation, the 19th chapter. All right, which the Lord and the holy angels are coming back with those chariots. Those are the clouds that's coming back. And shall come into Egypt, which is America. Now, America's modern day Egypt. The Bible says spiritual Egypt, right? In the idols of Egypt, and obviously we went into, you look into a lot of the witchcraft and everything that America does, they get it from like the Freemasonry, the all-seeing eye, the pyramid of Cheops, all that go back to Egypt. All right, what do you call that? The obelix. Oh, they got a obelix or obelix, however you say it. That's right in Central Park. That was sent straight from Egypt, man. All right, but it says, "In the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence." Yeah, because that obelix that's in Central Park, right along with all those other statues and idols throughout, especially in Manhattan, all right, Washington, D.C., but throughout the whole America, going to be destroyed. They're going to be moved at his presence when Yahweh Shai come with that cloud. The heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And it's happening now. You see, in America is breaking down. Saying, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. So you got the Americans going against the Americans. It's turned. You see what, and a lot of people don't like us saying it, but you see what they're saying, even like with Trump and all that stuff, with the, basically, if this happened to Trump, you got one part of America that's ready to really set it off. So the Lord said, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. Yeah, you guess it. It's back to that old, and this will be the final civil war. All right. So this is a manifold war that has many levels, many different wars within a war. It said, everyone against his neighbor, city against city. Yeah, you got certain, that's why they say you got the blue states, the red states, right? And kingdom against kingdom, because you got these other countries, they're all going against each other. North Korea versus South Korea, or 144, that's heavy. All right? You got Russia over there with Ukraine, which NATO's backing them up. They strong arming them, but they're part of the extension of the big nose people anyway, right? So you got all these different kingdoms coming against each other, and this is what Yahweh Shai prophesied. So now we're living in these times. It said, "In the spirit of Egypt shall fell in the midst thereof." Yeah, what's that proud American spirit, man? And see, and the thing is, remember, what's the reason that everybody came to America for? America's supposed to be the land of opportunity, right? Land, here it is, they done fucked up everybody's country up, so now you got to come to America to so-called get a better life and, make money and establish yourself and send money back to your country. Well, guess what, man? The wells done ran dry. Because everything that's happening now, matter of fact, let me go to some of these articles I have, is all dealing with what? Layoffs. Look at this shit. Global layoff, slow and sign cooling economy won't mean recession. Yeah, it's going to be more than a recession. You're right. It ain't going to be a recession. It's going to be basically the end. It's going to be a deep recession that's going to never be repaired. All right? And then look at this. Like, you just got layoffs all over the place, man. Every day people are waking up to losing their job. People are in fear of losing their job, man. You see, look at this. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo's always on some shit, man. It says, top line banking giant Wells Fargo unveiled plans Wednesday to cut just over 100 employees. They gradually keep cutting people off. Hundreds, thousands at some cuts, tens of thousands, right? It says, while Microsoft reportedly plans to slash its headcount, another 276 positions, and all that trickles down, all right? And this is the domino effect of the prophecies, man. That the Lord, because one prophecy sets off another prophecy. The Most High got everything perfectly woven together, man. So that's how we know that this thing is going down. It says another 276 positions after laying off roughly 10,000 employees earlier this year, making them the latest major U.S. companies to conduct layoffs this year as a recession fears linger. See? So 1 minute they'll try to tell people that, it's not going to be a recession, though, right? Don't believe what your eyes are seeing. I know you're seeing a whole lot of people losing their job, a lot of people being homeless. You're seeing the what you call it, the stock market is still just never rebounding, really. You're seeing the real estate is plummeting. All these properties are sky high where nobody can't sell. It's a bad time for real estate. But don't worry, nothing, that's That's normal. Everything's going to be all right. You see, a lot of people are dropping dead. We know we lied to you. We told you to take that poison piss and you know, you took it and you listened to us and you died. A lot of y'all died, but don't worry. It's going to be all right. That's what they tell you. But then when you look further into the news, you see all these different things telling you about the state of just over here in America alone. All right. And again, America is ran by money. Everybody here in America is all about money. Right? That's what everybody's about. That's how people sit there and measure their position or who they are by, you know, like in other words, if a motherfucker got some M's and B's, you know, some millions and billions and whatever in his bank account, people sit there and say, oh, he's the man. That's the guy right there. He's do whatever the hell he want, right? So now what do you do when all that stuff is gone, man? Huh? And then all these people that had these $1 million in their bank account and billions of dollars, what happened when they keep losing hundreds of millions in one day, right? Eventually they're going to be fucking broke, man. And this thing is real because the scriptures speak about this, man. So it says, right here, it said, U.S. making them the latest major U.S. companies to conduct layoffs this year as recession fears linger, right? And that's it. They got a tracker tracking down all these different layoffs. There's tons. This is just like between last year and this year, man, so many people been laid off, but then they'll try to sit there and say, hey, well, you got hiring over here and this and that. But, and the thing is too, which a lot of people are sleeping on, you know, let me see if I think I got that article too. And this is what they're doing. They're replacing a lot of, look at this. This CEO replaced 90% of his support staff with AI chatbot. And that's why a lot of times with these phone companies, these major phone companies, like one show we were speaking on it before, you know, Verizon, AT&T, whoever, T-Mobile, right? A lot of them people, they're either making people take pay cuts. They made a lot of people take pay cuts. People that were high up in the brass. Then they laid off a lot of the lower people, and they laid off pretty much managers and everything. Because why? Now they don't really need them. They got the AI chatbots, man. And they're making the people that are left work with the AI chatbots, the AI robots, man. So that's why when you have a problem or issue with your phone, people get stressed out because you got to deal with the automated system. It text you a message, hi, I'm a chatbot. AI can help you quicker. And they make you, you know, I'm going to send you this text, respond back. Then they hang the phone up on you and you're forced to deal with AI chatbots. This is the thing that's going on. And when you go into ancient Rome, because remember, America's also known as modern day Rome. All right. This was happening back during the time of the ancient pagan Roman Empire, man. You see, when it fell. All right. So we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, America's on its way out of here, man. It's falling, man. It's falling, and it can't get up, man. All right. And Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for that, man. This place needs destruction, man. All the filthiness that's in here, the filthy ass fucking people, the wickedness that goes on here, man. You know? All this fucking nasty business that goes on here, man. You know? The pedophilia is on a high. And guess who it started with, man? This damn devil, man. But a lot of you niggas done took the bait, man. You know, because you had a lot of, we talk about the Edomites that was on Epstein Island. There was a lot of niggas that was on Epstein Island, man. You know, partaking in all that shit, man. You see? And they keep teasing with the list, but we've been knew about it, man. See, it's just y'all just finding out, oh, wow, oh, man, wow, this one's really gay. Oh, they were really sacrificing kids. We've been telling y'all for the longest, and for years, y'all said we was crazy, conspiracy nuts, man. Huh? I guess it ain't a conspiracy no more, huh? Is a conspiracy when it's true? When it's true, you tell me. Okay, but it said the chief executive of an Indian startup laid off 90% of its support staff after the firm built a chatbot powered by artificial intelligence that he says can handle customer queries much faster than his employees. So they're replacing you daily. Remember they started that with the supermarkets years ago? Here it is, I have like 20 lanes in a supermarket, right? But only with 2 cashiers there. Then they had the rest of it is help yourself. You sit there and scan it through the barcode reader. They started that now. Now they advanced it to where they got robots. And they have robots walking around the store and shit, talking to you and shit, you know? And the unemployment rate is jumping up. 237,000 unemployment filings last week. All right, which every week people are getting laid off every week, man. And a lot of people still ain't realizing that this is signs of the times. And the elites that are behind pulling the string, they're working for the Most High anyway, because the Most High was going to destroy this place anyway. So now he got them putting that work in, man. And a lot of y'all going to be ashamed, especially a lot of you Israelites that sold out. All right? Yeah, we get on the other groups, but we going to get on you Israelites too. Because a lot of y'all just straight up wicked, man. And sold out, man. All right? Working with this damn devil. Trying to destroy the truth. Trying to destroy the name of the Most High. But you can't come against this truth, man. That's why a lot of y'all going to get burnt up, man. Most High going to fry a lot of you niggas, man. Out there, you know, thinking that you good. A lot of y'all a bunch of carnal, wicked niggas that's doing your own thing, man. The Most High command us to be out there going marching and protesting and all this and that. All right? The Lord commanded us to go out there and teach. Teach about the kingdom. Teach about Yahweh Shai. All right? Prophesy. The Lord said, give them warning from me. That's what your job's supposed to be. That's what the scriptures is talking about, man. But a lot of you guys into that cult of personality, and a lot of you just want to be a bunch of damn zombies anyway, man. You know, that's why you easily offended at the truth, man. Instead of listening to what the Spirit is speaking through the apostles and the brothers of Great Millstone. But the only people that's going to get it anyway is the elect. So that's why we're not even concerned with the masses, man. The masses are going to perish. The Lord taught that, man. All right? The Lord taught that, man. And everybody say that they love the Lord is a goddamn liar because they won't do what he said. You know? They deny him in works, man. Right? Their heart is not on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Their heart is on surviving in this society, this wicked society. Oh, my children, my children, my children. Well, guess what? Your children are going to die right in front of you, man. Because why? You put your children and yourself before the Most High. You trusted in the so-called white man. And now look what's happening. Now he's done with you. You see? But anyway, let me get back to the scriptures. All right, Isaiah 19:3. It said, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fell in the midst thereof." And this is a very highly prophetic chapter, man. As well as the other chapters in the Holy Bible. This is out of the Bible, man. You ain't going to get these type of prophecies and understanding from the Quran. The Quran is not the book of the Most High. And that's what it means in Isaiah 34:16, when none shall want her mate. You can't make no other book of philosophy with the Bible, man. All right? You can't sit there and come with a whole nother philosophy talking about some bullshit about unicorns and an illiterate nigga that couldn't read, that wasn't sanctioned by the most. You can't mix that with the scriptures, man. Although you might try, it's not going to work. All right? It says, "And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards." Yeah, to the what do you call these people? You know, the tarot card readers. You got people going to them left and right. Hell, these niggas in the church. All right? A lot of these people that's in the church is nothing but a bunch of warlocks and witches, man. They got these people under a spell, man. It said, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord." We read that about Yahweh Shai. That's why he gonna have them crowns. The true king is coming back, man. The true king is coming back to return. It ain't gonna be no damn cracker, man. No pasty white cracker. All right, like they what was that? I don't know if that was the Lord of the Ring, one of the movies. The king has returned, and they had, it was kind of some bad part. But man, listen, all that whitewashing, that shit is gonna be a thing of the past, man. All right, and the Most High is gonna get you, man, for framing them up, trying to uphold him, looking like that damn cracker that you put up there, man. Yeah, the Most High ain't with that, man. And the Lord told you straight up that he hate these white people, man, in the Bible. Romans 9:13. All right, straight up to the point. But anyway, it said, "And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And the waters shall fell from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up." You know what that's talking about? That's with them droughts. All right, a lot of the rivers have been polluted because of the damn devil. You know, right now they said the majority of the beaches throughout America technically supposed to be shut down because they're filled up with with human feces and whatever the fuck you whatever you call that shit. All right, all kind of chemicals that they've been dumping. You know, that's all this devil does is dump shit into the ocean, dig a hole in the ground, dump it into the ground. So that's why the earth is all fucked up, man. And the scriptures speak about him that destroyed the earth. The Most High is on this devil's ass, man. And we've been telling you, man. And the Lord is on you niggas' ass too, man. You wicked 2/3, all you wicked, simple-minded niggas out there, man, that trust in the so-called white man, that think you fucking know it all, think you got the answers. The Lord gonna break you niggas down, man. All right? Ain't nothing worse than a nigga. Nigga is worse than the devil, man. Nigga's 10 times worse than the devil. And the devil ain't shit, you see? But it said, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied and dried up. The reeds and there's going to be a famine, all right? It's going to be drought, all right? Which there is already established. And that's why the spirit is on the Lord. The Lord put the spirit on the devil, the so-called white man, to destroy a lot of the food processing centers, to destroy a lot of the cattle. Now they coming and feeding you with some goddamn science lab chicken. What you think that's going to make you? That's why you niggas all bugged the fuck out, man. You're a bunch of science. You became a bunch of science projects, man. All right? That's why you can't see the light. It says, and everything sown by the brook shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. The fishes also shall mourn, right? Because why? They can't, fishing is a shit, dare I say, $1 billion, $1 trillion industry, man. It's all kind of money in out there, you know? When you go to these restaurants, they, you know, you have all these pricey, especially these certain fish or whatever that's expensive as hell. Then those fucking abominations, lobsters, crap, you know? But now all that stuff is dying. They coming ashore. Because of what? The so-called white man done destroyed everything, man. So it said the fishes also shall mourn, and all they that cast the angle into the brook shall lament. Right? Ain't no real fishing going on, man. And then you gotta be wary of what the fuck you get, man. Fuck around and pick something that's black but glowing. You know? It said, and they that spread the nets upon the waters shall languish. Yeah. Moreover, they that work and find flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded. You know what that's speaking about? That's speaking about the garment industry, right? That's why a lot of these clothing designers have to shut down. You see? A lot of these clothing designers shut down because why? Pretty much nobody ain't got no money to be buying these big name brands, man. You see? So that shit is a fad, man. You know, and it's going to get worse and worse. But now, on another fold, it says, moreover, they that work in the fine flax and they that weave networks shall be confounded, meaning that also go into the internet, all right? See, there's a connection between the garment industry and the internet, all right? There's a connection. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring an article out, and that's why you see a lot of these people at Microsoft, because before people, you know, when they was like, look, that was an easy lick. You know, go take a computer course, learn something about programming, this, that, and the third. You get you a nice computer job, make you anywhere from 100, 200, 300,000, you know, maybe even $500,000 if you're in the Silicon Valley area or whatever, all kind of perks and everything. Now that's being taken away, man, because America's being shut down, man. And again, there's a connection between that. And matter of fact, let's see, I know I got it here somewhere. Bam. All right. So it's how weavers help invent computers and put them on the moon, right? With its satellites and all that, right? It said you're probably wearing clothes right now unless some madman printed out this article. You are reading this on some kind of a computer, be it laptop, computer, cell phone, or tablet, which we're using as cell phone. So computers and weaving already have you in common. But there's a bit more shared history between the two than being used by nearly all humans. In fact, computers wouldn't be where they are today without weaving, and vice versa. You see? Because they took a weaving textile when they was making blankets and garments, right? They were certain patterns that they were weaving, and which was holding the design. By the way, they set up these punch cards and everything. They kept the fabric the right way and weaved it the way it's supposed to be. So they use that to learn how to weave memory with certain, you know, wiring and stuff like that they weave together. And that's why you have what's called an internet, all right? Or the World Wide Web. So, you know, Let me read on. It says weaving. In the early mid-industrial revolution, weaving machines required a child with small fingers looking at a reference pattern, manually pulling the warp thread up and down through the weft thread, right? Then Joseph Marie Jacquard stepped in with an ingenious idea, which they probably stole from a slave, one of the slaves. Pretty sure if we go deep and look that up. But it said the punch card. That's when the punch card came, right? As the loom worked through the fabric, the Jacquard machine, which is attached to the loom, would also work through a punch card. If there was a hole, a little arm would pass through the card, which would move the loom so that the warp thread would rise before the weft would pass. A lack of a hole would make it fall. So that's how basically they had it weaving, braiding, intertwining, right? And this is what the original punch card looked, okay? So now you can send a small boy to find some other industrial job and pocket the difference. The punch cards and the patterns they detailed were valuable, though, and often were copied or stolen in what could be thought of as the earliest form of software piracy. See, software, okay, which is the fabrics, right? It says Babbage knew of these machines, and as he designed the analytical engine, he planned to use the punch cards to store instructions. See, that's what every computer system have is memory, right? It says he planned to use the punch cards to store instructions, though that the engine was not realized in his lifetime. Ada Lovelace saw this connection to textiles herself and realized that this afforded the analytical engine flexibility for more than simple calculations. So this is telling you the advancement of the weaving machine, that they was making the garments and everything, and then eventually how they used that concept in the early computers. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's something that you know, in the interest of time, we ain't gonna go too much into that, but just wanted to let you know that there's a strong connection between the making garments and everything to the computer. And that's why when we read in here when it says, moreover, they that work in the fine flax and they that weave networks shall be confounded. So yeah, the people that's, you know, in the garment department that's used to making all these clothes, they're gonna run out of work, as we read. But also too, the people that work for these big tech companies, right? They also compare us to people that, because they weave networks, they help, you know, fix data, repair, whatever the hell their position is. So it said they're going to be confounded because why? There's no more. They don't have the answers. There's no more need for them. Now they got the AI. A lot of them being replaced with the AI technology, right? But anyway, reading on, it said, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fish. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselor of Pharaoh is become brutish. And the Most High is making these bastards look stupid, man. They ain't got no answers. They can't explain really other than the fact that they done fucked everything up. Why the fishes are coming out of the sea, you know, and millions of fishes. They rather just go and basically commit suicide. They know they can't live out the water, but they like, fuck it. We gonna take our chances on the sand, and so forth and so on, right? It says, how say ye unto the Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings. Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts have purposed upon Egypt. Yeah, America. The princes of Zoan, which is, you know, one of the capitals of ancient Egypt, are become fools. The princes of Naph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes. You see? And our people got caught up into this shit. Even as this place is falling apart, Esau gave you all these false hopes. Take this vaccine and you'll be all right. You know? And pretty much the next thing is going to be the charagma, man. Right? And everybody's going to still, even though they see what happened, they know the scriptures tell you not to take it. The prophets been out here prophesying against it, right? And the Bible, the scriptures tell you clearly not to take it. But these people are still going to take that charagma. They're still going to get that MOTB up in them, man. You see? But it said, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Right, which is, you see, this is the wickedest place ever, man. Ever, man. Okay, with all this transgender, you know, sex changes and momos and lobos and all these other wicked ass motherfucking spirits that's out here, man. You got a lot of foul spirits out here running rampant, man. Bunch of bug outs, weirdos, niggas that just straight up dripping with Satan. right? Really, it's to the point where you really don't even want to go outside because it's nothing but, it's like it's worse than what Lot went through, man. Go figure that, man. Right? But it said, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof as a drunken man staggering in his vomit. And that's why ain't nothing working out, man. All right? The so-called president is a joke. People look at, and you got to wonder if he's even still alive. A lot of times they use clones, and you don't even know what's really real with the news, with the food. You don't know what's real with nothing, man. Everything here is a fucking mirage of wickedness, man. You don't know if you're eating real food, drinking real water. A lot of the water systems is straight up polluted, man. And it's more than just Flint, Michigan, man. You know? The so-called leaders and stuff, they're all a bunch of witches, warlocks, and drug addicts, man. All the senators, presidents, and everything. Okay? So basically, this is a society being ruled by a bunch of damn cokeheads. They found coke in the White House the other day. You see? And they never changed. This is the so-called founding fathers, man. Give me a break, man. They was wicked as all hell. They was into the witchcraft. The same thing that they're into now, man. But guess what? Now it's fading out. Because now it's time for the Lord's kingdom to be established. And he's raising us up right before the eyes, like the prophecy said. But now it said, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch, or rush may do. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to end it there. And Lord willing, I'm pretty sure we're going to continue to keep speaking about this because these are part of the prophecies of the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, and how we know that we're living in that time, man. All right. But with that, hope you sincere brothers, were edified. And I'm going to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, Barakathum, to you sincere Akim, Shalom.